The book of Isaiah, chapter 24, and I'm going to start at verse 7, and it reads, "The new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh." Verse 8, "The mirth of tabrets ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the heart ceaseth." I'm going to jumping to verse 11. "There's a crying for wine in the streets," because you got two kind of wines. Because wine breaks down the philosophy. So you got, the righteous philosophy, the right way, the truth, you know, and then you got, this wicked, wine, this wicked ass philosophy where these people are in a spirit of do as thou wilt, you know. Today is, that pagan ass holiday, Xmas, Christmas, and you got people partaking in it. Although, just probably a couple days prior, they just was in a spirit of woe and loneliness because of the fact everybody's unhappy. Scriptures talk about um it's in book of Proverbs. It talks about when the righteous be in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. You got a lot of people mourning right now because the how the world is being governed, how the world is being ruled. So, you know, but again, you know, these holidays, which the scriptures talk about high holy days, you know, the holidays that are practiced and worshipped in this kingdom are not biblically founded, although everybody believes that they're worshiping the true God of the most they believe they're worshiping the true God of the Bible, but don't understand that the practices you partake in are not of the Bible. If anything, the Bible tells you not to partake in this, blasphemous, wicked ass, pagan holiday. Jeremiah chapter 10. It says, "There's a crying for wine in the streets, all joy is darkened, the mirth of the land is gone." You know, and although they might have a little fake light, because it talks about false light in the scriptures, they might have a false joy. You get false joy when you go out to the clubs or when you deal with, when you go deal with the flesh. But when your spirit is yearning, you know, you can't be satisfied by anything carnal. You need, you know, the spirit. That's what the scriptures talk about, be occupied in the spirit. Because, you know, your flesh, the flesh ain't gonna profit nothing. Especially when it's about to come because they about to take everything away. Or Salakia, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua is about to take everything away. So, reading verse 11 again, Isaiah 24 and 11, there is a crying for wine in the streets, for the truth. Because people in the spirit are yearning for the truth if they don't even realize they are. You're going to understand how important the truth is when the truth is taken away, when you're going to get in trouble for speaking the truth. What's the most powerful weapon in a world full of lies? The truth. There's a crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. And this place is becoming dark because nobody's really happy. Everybody again is suffering. You know. So I want to start off by giving all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyim La Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem double honors to my apostles, the elders of the great millstone, teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faithfulness, sincerity, as well as risking their lives and their freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Agwata that are listening and learning, Lord willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations, subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. And brother, y'all, what's up out of GMS Cleveland Church, a fellow servant, out here pushing another lesson through the spirit and through the power of through the spirit and through the power of Yahweh Shem Yahweh Salakia. And basically, through the spirit, I was gonna get in a quick lesson. Things ain't moving the way normally I would have hoped them to move. And they say we will always be doing more for y'all by Shimmy Shai, which is the truth. But the Lord know what you can do and what you can't do. Like, I ain't walking another man walk. I'm walking my walk. Right. So at the end, that's what somebody tell me. But then they got something to say. Salakia. It's just, I've been getting battered by Satan for, I don't know, like the last 2 months. And you know what? I deserve a bit of it. And maybe it's something I'm not doing that the Lord, because, the scriptures talk about the Lord has created a way for you to escape, roughly paraphrase. You know, no temptation has basically taken man, because the Lord basically sets up a way for you to escape. Ultimately, it's calling on Him. But, this is a wicked ass time. It's so spiritual right now. As long as I've been alive, I've seen the movie Krampus, but I didn't understand, showing you how this is really a wicked ass, satanic day. When you go into Krampus, Krampus was a demon. Now, basically, Santa Claus is supposed to have been the righteous one, and Krampus is supposed to have been a demon, but they synonymous. Now, they never brought that out. As long as I have not known that, and by the time I found out about Krampus, I was in the truth. But then brothers start posting all these pictures about Krampus and Santa Claus. Just showing you how the truth is undefeated. You know what I mean? Like, everything shall be brought to the light. So, with that being said, we live in a time where a lot of people aren't happy. This is like one of the most depressing times of the year, because you got people that aren't with their family. They don't have the means, because this so-called holiday basically is based on if you can buy or treat, or you show your love by the bigger gift you give. But right now everybody broke. Or they, motherfucker just happy to be around a family member or a friend. You know what I mean? Bear with me for a second. It's lucky. Anyhow, this pagan ass holiday is based on the fact of the more you can give basically means the more righteous you are. When that's not the case, the scriptures talk about the Lord dealing with the lowly. The Lord gonna be dealing with the meek and the humble, because this world deals with the proud. This world is all about how much you got and how much you can have more than the next person. But it's rare when people really just like become humble. And the pride is a hell of a thing, because you could be exuding pride and not realize you're doing that. Now, don't get me wrong, pride and confidence kind of seem similar, but they're not. Hope and pride can seem more like synonymous, because hope is kind of like confidence. Hope is basically expectation, just like pride is, or you just know. But the Lord don't deal with the proud. He deal with those that have hope. And He ain't especially dealing with this wicked ass holiday. So I ain't trying to ramble. The Spirit jumped on me to do this quick lesson. I'm already like 8 minutes in. I ain't trying to make it more than 20. So, again, it was a video I wanted to play. I need to play this disclaimer. Yeah, so that's a disclaimer. Now, if you watch a lot of YouTube or TikTok, which I don't really watch TikTok, although brothers be going in on TikTok. Of course, we all got, majority of us got platforms on YouTube. But this guy, I've seen him, and he comical to me, because you could tell he's intellectual. But to show you how the Lord really ain't fucking with him, because he can't figure out why the fuck life is the way it is, because he's not truly blessed. A blessing is to understand what the fuck going on. That's when the Lord dealing with you. People, like I said again, look at the world a certain kind of way. They looking at what you got, thinking that makes you a godly person. And even the scriptures talk about that. They say, if he is a wealthy man, they'll listen to your words. because you low and humble. That's why the Lord got men out on the corners that people gonna laugh at and look at like they retarded and crazy when this the truth. But by the time you realize this the truth, the Lord gonna be like fuck you. Because y'all all thinking it's all about you when it's all about how about Shimmy Al Shah. So I'm gonna play this video.
I'm 24. I'm 24 years old. When I was in high school, I was like, oh, by 21, I should graduate college. By 22, I'll have a stable job. 23, I'll get married. And by 24, looking to having some kids, right? The thing is, no, I'm 24 right now. And I just had a panic attack at Jersey Mike's because I didn't know what size sandwich I wanted, and I was holding up the line. They had to talk me through it. Okay, I live with my parents still, and when I do even anything a shred bit of responsible, my response is, oh, look at me being an adult. I'm 24. I am an adult, literally, right? The thought of kids right now gives me the stress sweats, and then when anyone even remotely asks me, oh, are you living your dream job? I work at a pizza place with 2 degrees. 2 degrees. And I got people calling me a certified pizza boy. So clearly, 24 was not how I expected. But hey, we move, I guess. I'm 24.
Now, the point of me playing is because everything I was speaking on, now you probably understand why I was saying that, because of the simple fact, this is majority of Americans, Babylonians, these silly ass individuals that don't want to wake up from this fever dream. This shit ain't great, like for real. Like a nigga is occupied by entertainment. Motherfuckers living like him. And just imagine the debt he in. He said he got a 2 degrees and can't get a fucking job. He work at a pizza place. He has to live with his mother. And he's a YouTube TikTok star. So the point being, that's the reality of Babylon the Great, aka America. So a lot of people don't want to actually like accept the fact of the fate of this place. This place is over with. If a man, this man, I watch his videos sometimes because he comical to a degree. He'll sit up there and get offended and then reveal some shit because, he a danger to certain people that have businesses. He have their secrets because he'll figure out I ain't about to go into all that. The point is, yet and still, he got all these followers and all that, but he still live with his mother. Now, they can say that's game, but these people ain't making as much money as y'all think. A bitch could show her feet and make more money than a nigga that got 100,000, 200,000 subscribers on YouTube. You got to really do some little homosexual goofy ass shit to really get attention. That's showing you the wickedness of the world. The world is fucked up. And again, a lot of people won't want to accept it or agree to it. It's funny because, you got these Edomites talking about, God bless America. But this is the same place that, these people didn't bless the Israelites. These people actually took advantage, raped, robbed, and murdered the Israelites. So why the fuck would God, the Most High God of the Bible anyway, bless this place? Scriptures, book of Proverbs, chapter 29, verse 2 reads, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. This man is mourning because he is being subjected to, oppression. When you go in the book of Ecclesiastes, you talk about surely oppression make a wise man mad. You go into that word mad, it means to go crazy. He said he having panic attacks. This man has a platform. If you go look this guy up and look at the followers, but the scriptures talk about folly is set in great dignity. Motherfuckers will follow some folly, some bullshit. That's why when you go into ancient Rome, when ancient Rome was getting conquered, you still had niggas going to go watch the gladiator games. And this America, Babylon the Great, aka the United States, is a modern day Rome. Because when you look into the history of it, a lot of this shit, how America's built, is based off of ancient Rome. Book of Ecclesiastes. He said he had 2 degrees, but he work at a pizza spot. And I've been watching this guy for maybe 2 or 3 months. Cause again, he make me laugh because he funny. He'll get offended. His sense of humor is he like sarcastic. You know what I'm saying? I always found sarcasm. That's an asshole. The people say asshole. Like I used to watch House. House, he was so he'll shit on you while you sitting up in his face. He'll make a motherfucker want to hit him because he had so much shit going on. Then, long story short though, this dude, he's sarcastic, so I find him funny. But to understand that he said his last few jobs all been in restaurants. Cause, from what I know about the work world, they don't want to pay a person that they feel is super educated. They rather pay a nigga that's actually they think is stupid that they can manipulate. This is the book of Ecclesiastes chapter 12 and verse 1. Remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth while the evil days come not. We are seeing the evil days. The Lord wanted you to remember him before the evil days. Evil is a compound word. Eve, time, ill, bad. Before the bad times. Nor the years draw nigh when thou shalt say I have no pleasure in them. But you got everybody talk about they everybody mourning. Everybody complaining about life. You even have brothers that's in the truth. I believe the reason why I can speak for myself first and foremost. I know how I deal with it because I know the Lord gonna fuck this place up. But you gotta remember, brothers that want this place and chatting this place down gotta be here with this shit when it go down. That's how cold the Lord is. Showing you that he gonna save certain individuals. Everybody not about to be saved. Why would he save a motherfucker that love it here? Verse 2. While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. Why the understanding is still here. The Lord talks about in the book of Amos that he gonna basically it's gonna be a famine of hearing the word of the Lord because these people don't want it no way. Verse 3. In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble. Who are the keepers of the house? The economists. You got people that actually follow the trends and what's going on as far as the money. Well, the Lord just put the spirit on me to follow economists, and most of the economists I've been following like 4 or 5 of them, and each one of them say the economy not looking good. That's why you got people so foolish. They caught up in traditions of men. They worshiping some shit, spending money. This is a time of the year where people kill themselves because, again, they trying to basically make everybody happy and they go in debt and go crazy. This is a stressful time. That's why brothers understand how much of a wicked time of the year this is. The craziest part is I've had a lot of little fucked up Christmases. I don't celebrate it, so I don't care. But what I'm saying is I really got out that spirit of celebrating it back in the world because I used to go to jail so many times. I'd be locked up during these days. So I didn't really get the whole gist of it. And then I came into the truth and realized the true nature of the shit. So, but it's like you could truly just recently some crazy shit just happened. And the thing is you got to constantly move by the scriptures. That's how you going to navigate this. But you still can't stop when a person bucking up to the scriptures. Certain things just meant to happen. When they talk about Lot and his wife and how his wife looked back, because a woman, I can understand why certain brothers be saying certain things about a woman. Because certain women, it's very rare. It's like a diamond in the rough to find that woman that's really just all into you. And that's the spirit of a woman gonna have to be in to escape this. She gonna have to be all into a brother because a woman, if she basically born by her own mind, she gonna go about pleasure. Women don't want to be uncomfortable. I know that for a fact. And we about to go into uncomfort. Verse 4. Salakia, still verse 3. And the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, because the economists, they're gonna tremble when they see it ain't no hope for this place. It talk about a lack of jobs. They said more people gonna be unemployed next year than It says, "And the strong men shall bow themselves, and the grinders cease." The grinders going into the jobs, and we seeing how the jobs. I do videos on jobs all the time. I could have did a video on the job first and foremost, but I saw this individual talking about what he was talking about, and I was like, damn, because that go into the jobs too. He say he could have this job, but he got to take this job because the jobs are few. They'd rather get, at least he gonna come to work. He coming to work because that nigga went to school for all them years and in debt. He say, I'm 24 years old. You know how sad he probably has no. And I remember the elder apostle Salakia, the elder apostle Gabar did a video about he looked like an Edomite. He could have been Jake, but he was talking about he feels so lonely. I just seen an article on YouTube. I mean, on my Newsbreak app talking about like they pushing that narrative. It's like all kind of like spirits they pushing out here because you got individuals that's lonely, you got individuals that don't have no job, and all that's gonna bring stress to make people do shit. It says grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. And basically, those economists that's looking out the window, they gonna see no future being here. Oh, it. I mean, it's over with as far as Esau's, his his longevity. He think he about to make this grand move and just be elevated to a god, a power. He's in power. He's not a power. You get what I'm saying? Because the thing is, it's already set up for him to be taken out of power, out of rulership. He's about to lose his title. He about to lose his estate. This man has ruined. A brother always make this statement. He said he's ruined the spirits of life. Verse 4, and the door shall be shut in the streets when the sound of the grind is low. Again, going into the jobs. The jobs are few. And you think shit fucked up now? Wait till there ain't no jobs. Wait till this government literally is they gave you all this stimulus. The promised a fourth one, never did. The fourth one gonna come. Four going to new beginnings, right? The fourth one gonna start that what's that universal basic income, that UBI. That's what it go. Because you know how they held that shit off. I remember a brother constantly bring it out like they said they gonna give you a fourth one, never did. Yeah, because they holding that back. Because when they give it to everybody, you gonna have to partake in their whole little scheme and their situation. Now, depending on what spirit you in, depends on if you're gonna do it. Scripture talk about in the book of Second Ezra chapter 14. It says, "Evil and greater evils, behold, is coming." We ain't saying nothing yet. We saying certain things, but it's been times way harder than this. That's why you had people, had to be in soup lines and shit like that. That's why you had people bootlegging. But this is gonna be even worse than that because it's orchestrated by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. It's orchestrated on high. The scriptures tell you that the famines are all set up by Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. That's one of the plagues and the scourges that the Most High uses to judge the world. The book of 2 Ezra chapter 14 and verse 16. For yet greater evils than those which thou hast seen happen shall be done hereafter. And that's why if you read up, scriptures talk about, I'm going to read up 2 Ezra 14 and 15, and set aside the thoughts that are most heavy onto thee, and haste thee to Salakia. And set aside the thoughts that are most heavy onto thee, and haste thee to fly from these times. I don't know if it say fly. But the point is, you ain't supposed to be dwelling on what's about to happen. You're supposed to understand what's about to happen, recognize what's to happen, but you're supposed to be, occupied in Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, the prophecies. You're not supposed to be, because the scriptures tell you that the judgment is about to come is not set up for the elect, those that's going to be saved, but it's set up for the wicked. The Lord is about to judge these people. And if you was watching that video, you could see that in his spirit. That fuck, I always think about David Goggins, right? David Goggins, I be thinking like the Lord set this man up for these times coming. He probably gonna kill like so many people because you could tell in his mind. Like if you got you ain't even really got to probably have no spiritual eye. You could look at this guy and just be like, this dude, he like the Lord. This dude just you could tell like he gonna be like activated for a day of like vengeance for real. Like his mindset is he can't be defeated. He probably tried to think he could kill everybody. I mean, that dude is funny, but like the brother always say, he say, if the Lord ain't with David Goggins, he he gonna be fucked up in the day of trouble as well. Cause the scriptures talk about only the righteous and the elect gonna be, the righteous and the elect are the same, they synonymous. Only the righteous or the Salakia, only the elect are gonna be preserved in that day. So if you ain't of the elect, I don't give a fuck who you supposed to be. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Sylvester Stallone, Pookie on the Block, all that shit. That shit mean Nathan. You just a dead ass nigga. And the Lord come to kill a lot of niggas. That's what Jacob's trouble is about. So if you're a so-called Black, Hispanic, Native American, Seminole Indian, West Indian, or Haitian, I implore you to come back to the laws, statutes, commandments of your power, whose true name in the Hebrew is Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakha, or you will be destroyed. With that, I want to give all praise, all honor, and all glory to call Loyum, by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakha. I will honor some of my apostles, the elders of the great millstone who teach and do rule well. Peace and salutations to the Akim across the four corners of the earth, pushing his truth with faith and with sincerity, as well as risking their lives and the freedom to do so, now more so than ever. Shalom to the Akim and the Akwa, thought they're listening, learning, Lord, willingly. This is edifying. Shalom to the Israelite foreigners scattered abroad in the land of other nations, appearing like the other nations. Subscribe to this truth. To you, I say shalom. Till next time I'm able to come another lesson. Shalom, shalom, and Kwam Yasharallah. Shalom.